Contrary to popular belief, what's not a bad thing? Being single. And being okay with being single and not constantly looking for a relationship. Haha, tell that to my psyche. Exactly. So often, I got asked if I will be in a relationship soon. No, sorry, not for now, especially during a quarantine where it's 20x harder to find someone. Not knowing something, it's not shameful to admit it. Okay, but I was 17 and didn't know pepperoni was a meat. Edit, since people won't stop asking, I just never thought about it before. Did you think it was a pepper? Little pepper. Curious children, that's like the best thing for a child to be because they want to learn the facts and form their own opinions, but parents act as if they're like inappropriate or annoying. Curiosity in general, not just in children, is looked down upon, I think. Curiosity is not looked down upon, people just generally don't want to have to explain to others because teaching is actually pretty hard. Very few people would say that learning is bad, it's just a little work for those around you. Nobody cares if you're curious about something and do look it up online, but people get annoyed at the new guy asking why a procedure is the way it is instead of just doing it. Political leaders admitting they are wrong and doing a U-turn. I agree, though it seems that political leaders that admit a wrong or change position tend not to be political leaders for long, because they lose party support and political cachet. I don't remember the state, but this politician was against assisted suicide. He had his state take a vote and they voted for him to pass the bill, so he said even though he was against it he'd do what they wanted. I think that was pretty cool of him to follow the people's will. Edit, you guys are giving such good discussion, upvotes all around, I love a good discussion. Asking for help. Haha, I'm so bad at this. I am far too stubborn to ever admit I need help at anything ever. It's comedic to S point, but it's definitely a legit problem I have. I'm currently going through the hardest emotional and physical time of my life, and asking for help from my friends has probably saved my life. I find it hard to ask for help, but I can assure you that sometimes it is absolutely necessary. I'm currently going through the hardest emotional and physical time of my life, and asking for help from my friends has probably saved my life. I find it hard to ask for help, but I can assure you that sometimes it is absolutely necessary. Saying no when someone asks you to do something that they're entirely capable of doing. Ugh, my neighbor just called me to come fix her guest bed. She has a house full of relatives from California in, and I really don't feel like exposing myself to whatever might be in that house. Plus, why can't one of them fix the damn bed? I said I was busy, but I might be able to do it later. I'm on the fence about this. Don't do it. Seconded. Disappointing your parents or friends by your life decisions. Usually, they come around in time when they see what you chose is what makes you happy, and that is what they really wanted in the end anyway. It can be an uncomfortable wait until that time comes, but it is shorter and feels better than a lifetime of regret. Or not, some people are narcissistic pieces of who will never forgive you for choosing the wrong option. Yeah, like my dad, who hasn't spoken to me since I was 16 as he didn't like my boyfriend. I am now 31, 3 kids deep and married to the same guy, still doesn't speak to me. Crazy. That is some mega level petulant behavior. I mean, WTF, I just can't. Why would you give up your life with your daughter and grandchildren over some petty non-approval of a teenage boyfriend? Especially when time has proved that you and he are compatible. Breakups. Sometimes it's better to end things instead of trying to hold a failing relationship together. Edit, thanks for all the great replies to my simple comment, as well as the awards I got broken up with by my first real GF on New Year's, and all these comments have helped me see that life will move on and I'm not alone. May we all have better luck this year. In my divorce group there was a saying, there are plenty of failed marriages where the parties are still together. I got divorced years ago. I can't imagine this last year if we were forced to be in the same house with no break due to COVID. I sometimes hear my neighbors having screaming fights and I realize there are worse things than being alone. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely with another person. Somebody who changes their beliefs. Know better, do better, right? There's a lot of things I used to believe or think when I was younger and more sheltered than I currently think. Age and experience change perceptions, and I think that's healthy in most cases. Similarly, changing your mind/opinion about something, political or otherwise. Even if you don't entirely change your opinion, it's healthy to frequently challenge your viewpoints. Listening to other perspectives is good, too. Even if they don't contradict your opinion, they can make you consider something you hadn't before. Gaming for a couple, edit, few hours straight. If you enjoy doing it and don't neglect your life, there really is no difference to binge watching something or reading a book. I never realized how cool video games are until I started dating my BF. He mostly plays story-driven games and they're really fun to watch. They're like interactive movies. My husband and I are both gamers, met in an online game. We prefer PC, but if there's a console game that seems interesting, we build a nest on the floor with blankets and snacks and I'll play while he's watching. Some story games have more than one playable character, Men of Medan, Until Dawn, and we take turns. It's so much fun. Edit, aw man, just woke up lol, thanks guys. Haha, 2 hours? Rookie numbers, someone send help please. Defending yourself against a customer who is extremely rude. I didn't know until about a week ago that the saying "the customer is always right" is actually supposed to be "the customer is always right in matters of taste." If you have a customer that is it is plenty okay to tell them to off. You don't want them as a customer anyways. I just started firing customers from my business a couple years ago, and what to ya know, firing those 5 to 10 customers has made me enjoy my job immensely more. One of the nice things about working in hotels is most have a do not rent list. It's just a list of people we've decided we don't want to deal with anymore for one reason or another. Sometimes they're a destructive drunk, sometimes they're just a man. I've had to hold my patience so many times because I have to be nice to the guests/customers. Some people are just dicks and treat you like, and they need to be told that they're Personally, I'd like to feed most of them into a wood chipper, but whole first. Admitting you're wrong. Edit, since I guess some people aren't understanding, I'm not saying it's a popular belief to be willfully refusing to admit wrongdoing. I'm saying people are too prideful to do so. You don't even have to admit to the person that you are wrong, but admit to yourself, and make something out of it. I feel like getting into an argument with someone will lessen the chances of you changing their opinion. Their pride kicks in and suddenly they don't want to change their opinion, only to prove you wrong. On the other hand, if you talk to them calmly and really try to understand why they think that way, you can tackle the problem at its core without them feeling attacked. Using a credit card, if you're sensible and ensure it's paid off at the end of every month, there are many perks, cashback, air miles, etc. I'll take things I didn't want to learn or accept until I was 30 for $500, Alex. Building your credit score. Yep, I had to get a credit card because I didn't have a credit score. It made people uncomfortable. Contentment. I not only don't need an exciting life, I actively don't want one. One of my friends loves to travel and do crazy, scuba diving, swimming with sharks, going on days-long backpacking trips. Not at all for me. She cannot fathom the fact I don't care for travel. If you are already happy where you are, there's no need to introduce sharks into the mix. Edit. Well, that's a first. Oh man, that's a great reply, lol. Be content with what you have, rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Lao Tzu. Failure. I worked for a white-collar criminal defense firm for many years. Many of our clients would have saved themselves from criminal charges merely by letting their businesses fail. I believe that knowing how to fail should be taught as part of MBA programs. That's the prologue to Fargo. Dude had some serious gambling debts, right? With how that movie turned out, it would have been better for him to go bankrupt and maybe lose his wife and kid. Who knows, some people work it out, then go down the ridiculous path that situation went. Being basic in the sense that you have likes and hobbies similar to a group of people. No mom, yeah basic, that's okay. Eleanor Shellstrop, The Good Place. I love seeing references to this show after recently finishing it. And if you remove the "and that's okay," whomever you use this on will be very devastated. It's a human insult. You're devastated right now. Message, that's it? I was going to say this. I'm so tired of hearing how it's so bad. It's not, and people eat it all the time. It's not like it's only in Chinese food. It's even a natural ingredient in stuff like broccoli and tomatoes. Uncle Roger has started popularizing it.